One of Governor Mara's key initiatives to make college degree attainable for thousands of people here in the Bay State formally launched today. Western Mass News reporter Maria Wilson joins us live in studio with how Mass Reconnect will work and who is eligible. Maria?
Abby, Governor Healey was in Wellesley earlier today to launch a program that will provide free community college to Massachusetts residents over 25. The governor is joined by the presidents of Holyoke Community College, Springfield Technical Community College, and Greenfield Community College, among others, to formally launch her administration's Mass Reconnect program, which passed in this year's budget. It's a $20 million initiative that covers the full tuition costs and fees for certain Massachusetts students attending community college. The program is designed to help Bay State residents who are over 25 and do not currently hold a degree to go to community college for free. Governor Healey says she expects that this will help 8,000 students during its first year.
We want people who are eligible right now to know that this incredible program and opportunity exists, and we want as many people out there taking advantage of it. Backing these folks is the most important investment that we can make for our workforce, for our economy, and for an affordable, competitive, equitable Massachusetts.
Each of the state's 15 community colleges are receiving $100,000 to support students and staff through this program. And you still have time to enroll. There is no deadline to sign up. For more information, you can head on over to our website for details. In studio, Maria Wilson, Western Mass News.